The Wildcats burst through the stage from the opening tip, set the terms with speed, pressure, and aggression. This was never going to be a feeling out game. The Wildcats came hunting, turning the floor into open terrain and forcing Penn to decide quickly whether they could survive at Villanova's tempo. And early on, Penn answered. The first 6 minutes moved fast and clean. Villanova struck first with a confident declaration shot from the arc. Penn responded immediately without panic or hesitation. The game ping-ponged back and forth, each team reading the court and pushing the score. Penn spaced the wings, trusted the perimeter, and let their guards fire. Villanova flowed through sets with speed, trusting movement and quick decisions. Then, the rhythm cracked. Back-to-back air balls, one from Penn, one from Villanova. The gym exhaled before both teams snapped back into it. As the half settled, Villanova's edge became clearer. Their execution tightened. Penn's possessions began to fray. Turnovers crept in, not from panic, but from pressure. Villanova strung actions together. Penn stalled when the first read disappeared. This is where Villanova's cohesion separated themselves. Devin Askew controlled the pace from the guard spot, downhill when space opened, calm and swift when it didn't. He facilitated without overhandling, trusting teammates to finish. Duke Brennan established the interior early, not just as a scorer, but as an anchor. He set intuitive screens, sealed deep, repositioned quickly, and punished Penn on the glass. Even when out of ideal position, he fought through bodies and finished, a rare big, even in the Big Five. Penn held the line and kept firing. TJ Power attacked the paint when lanes opened. Michael Zanoni stayed confident from the outside, taking the shots Penn needed him to take to main. Then, the final minutes of the half turned violent. Then, the Wildcats struck. Out of the timeout, theft, fast break, layup, next possession, another steal, another downhill finish. Penn didn't get a breath. By the time the horn sounded, the Wildcats had ripped control away completely. Halftime, 44-29 Villanova. The second half opened slower, but the pressure never lifted. Villanova hit first again, a clean three, the deficit ballooned past 20. Then, Penn lost Ethan Roberts, one of their stabilizers. The floor shifted immediately. Rotations tightened, and the margin for error disappeared. Villanova smelled it. Brennan stayed relentless inside. Screens, lobs, putbacks. He made Penn pay every time they failed to fully commit to contesting the paint. Askew continued to push pace, reading defensive lapses and stretching the floor horizontally. Bryce Lindsey punished help defense from deep, widening the gap with each confident release. The lead climbed, 25, then flirting with 30. Villanova never slowed to manage the score. They played the full 40 the same way they played the first 5. Penn didn't fold. Power continued to attack downhill, refusing to let the Wildcats dictate every interior possession. Zanoni stayed aggressive on the perimeter. The Quakers tried to shift gears, contest harder, jump passing lanes, and bring more physicality, but Villanova's chemistry was already set. Multiple scorers, clear spacing, bigs who understood timing, wings who knew their spots, guards who trusted the system. Penn was fighting possession by possession. Villanova was dictating the ecosystem. Final score? 63-90, Villanova. This was Big 5 basketball at NCAA pace. Villanova controlled all 40 minutes, not just with talent, but with cohesion. Their execution never cracked, even when the shots briefly did. Duke Brennan's interior dominance and screen IQ stood out as rare. Devin Askew's tempo control kept the machine moving. Bryce Lindsey stretched the floor until Penn had no safe help reads left. Penn showed why they're respected, cerebral and confident, willing to shoot under pressure. But against a Wildcat that never slowed nor hesitated, precision alone wasn't enough.